Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Well, I hope you're all having a good day today, ladies and gentlemen. So this may not be a prepping video, but I do like to put out these warnings whenever I run across a story like this, because ladies and gentlemen, anyone can fall for these scams. Alright? Now you all know, if you've been following me for a while, that I really hate banksters. I do not like banksters. I do not like what they stand for. I think that they are a nuisance to mankind, and I think that they are here to steal our wealth. However, a lot of people that work for banks are actually good people that are just asleep and they don't even know what's going on. For them, it's just a job, and many of them are good people. And I do have to give credit where credit is due to whoever made this decision in Bank of America to go ahead and help out someone that got scammed of about half of their life savings. It's a quick story, so let me go ahead and read it for you. And like I said, the reason that I'm doing this video is to warn people, to make sure that you understand what you're getting into before you decide to go ahead and give your information, especially over the phone and or over the internet, to someone that you do not know. So make sure that before you give any of your information away, make sure that you know who you're talking to and make sure that they are legitimate. Now here it says, Bank of America, San Francisco man loses half his life savings in Bank of America transfer scam. As we've reported, hackers have been stealing unemployment benefits off of thousands of EDD debit cards during this health crisis. Now scammers are using the fear of that fraud to lure victims. It cost one man half of his life savings. And spoiler alert, I think I've already done so, is that he was made whole again, ladies and gentlemen. We've heard from viewers saying they receive calls or text messages claiming to be their bank, warning about fraud on their accounts, but often it's not the bank, it's a scam. And it cost this man a bundle. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've received the same things. I get emails probably on a daily basis saying that if you don't respond to this and call this number, you're going to be in big trouble with the law. I get phone calls of scammers. And I remember the last scammer that tried calling me, after he said his spiel, I was like, what do you want? And then after I said, what do you want, in that tone, he knew that I knew that he was a scammer. And he just said some really nasty things. And I said, okay, have a good day. And he hung up. And it continues to say that David Barnett thought it was a real Bank of America employee calling to warn him. The Bank of America identification came up on his phone. And they can do this, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever I do get these phone calls, and I've had more than one from scammers, it shows up as an area code that belongs to Alaska. And I'm pretty sure they're not in Alaska. He said there was somebody in Georgia who was trying to make a withdrawal from his bank account into an account for a large sum of money. The man said Barnett had better act fast to stop the withdrawal. It sounded so real, he said. In this day and age, it would be totally understandable. There's fraud and it's rampant. My thought was, my money is going away. I'd better act quickly. The man told him the best way to safeguard his money was to move it temporarily to another bank. Man, that's the first really big red flag right there. He walked me through the process, which I thought was very nice. He sounded like he knew what he was doing, and indeed, he did. The man told him to use the Zelle payment app to transfer his money to Chase Bank. And as I was doing it, there was a little voice in the back of my head that said, this seems very unorthodox to me. Why would I be transferring money into another account? But I suspended my disbelief and I made the transfer, he said. As soon as the app whisked his money away, the awful realization sank in. He'd been duped. Ladies and gentlemen, don't fall for this. If you have any doubt whatsoever that the person that you're talking to on the phone is not he or she says they are, make sure that you say, just a second, let me go ahead and call my local Bank of America, i.e. whatever bank you do business with. It's the same thing. For example, let's say that someone knocks on your door and they're in plain clothes and they say, yes, I'm Officer so-and-so. You ask for ID, right? And you can actually ask for a second set of ID. if they're an officer. And then you can actually keep him at the door and say, just a second, let me call your precinct. Or you can actually ask them for the number to their precinct. So you can call and actually make sure that the person that's in your front door is actually who they say they are. He continues to say here, I felt like a boy. How could I have been taken like that? Here I was being told I was being defrauded by a man who was defrauding me. In the guise of helping me, he was defrauding me, he said. Barnett contacted Bank of America, but it was too late to stop his money from landing in the imposter's account. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, what was taken from his account was like half of his life savings, half of what he had in there. And then the Bank of America told him that 7 money transfers from his bank account happened instantly. The bank can try to stop them, but there's no guarantee because the scammers take the money as soon as it is sent. However, within days, Barnett got a call from Bank of America and a letter granting him a full refund. And ladies and gentlemen, we do have to give people or institutions credit where credit is due. Bank of America could have probably said, hey, it's your loss. You fell for the scam. You voluntarily gave up your information, which resulted in this money being taken from your bank account. But thankfully, someone in that organization has some empathy and made it good for Mr. Barnett. He said that he was pretty much amazed that he got his money back and that he's very grateful. Bank of America did not disclose whether it was able to retrieve the money or catch the imposter at the other end. And they say here, remember, scammers can use a phony caller ID as they did in Mr. Barnett's case. A bank would never call and ask you to move money like that. If it happens to you, hang up and call your bank directly. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever you have doubts in circumstances like these, or even circumstances like I said before, if a police officer comes up to your door in plain clothes and they say they're a police officer, even if they have a badge, you have the right to ask for a second set of ID. And you also have the right to go ahead and ask him or her, for the phone number to their precinct so that you can verify that he or she is who they actually say they are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, having said that short video today, I just wanted to put this out there because I think it's important. Because how can we prep if we're broke? And if you fall for a scam like this, you're going to be broke. And you never know. You may not be as lucky as Mr. Barnett was in retrieving his money. All right, so having said that, I hope you have a great day. Remember that this Friday, we do have a live stream, and it starts at 2 p.m. Alaska time, and it will be live from the bunker. All right, remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. I'm Alaska Prepper, and I'm out. Have a great day, and God bless. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in that part of your preparedness plan where you're just filling in the gaps, and you are now venturing into storing long-term foods, I like to store Nutrient Survival. Why? They're a new company that's a little over a year old, but in my honest opinion, they are the very best survival food in the market. Not only does it taste good, but this food is the most nutrient-dense survival food that you will ever find. Why store dead calories when you can store calories that actually provide you with the nutrition that you need?
Nutrient Survival. Feed your freedom.